This is actually my first photo ever. 2007. Yeah, Atiba shot this one. This was at, I forget where it was, I think maybe Glendale. So my name is Michael Hubert, but most people know me as Reno in the skateboarding industry, and I am the founder of Dog Skateboards. I walked into a skate shop. Actually, I had been so consumed in the industry for years and years, and then I walked into a skate shop and I wanted to buy a board, and I looked at all the boards on the wall and I didn't identify with any brand on the wall. So I was like, why am I going to pay 70 bucks for a board when I could just start my own company for fun? And so it was literally purely out of fun, and it was something that I wanted to do because I wanted to identify with something. So I was like, well, I'm just going to start my own brand, fuck it. The concept of dog began a long time ago, actually. It was around 2010 I came up with the idea, and it was during this phase of my life where I wasn't drinking, and I had all this very kind of wild energy because my body had been used to like getting drunk every night, and at this point I wasn't drinking, and I was living with my ex-wife at the time, and it just came to me at one night, and I wrote it down, and then I bought the domain for the website, and I was like, okay, this premise is this brand is Raw Dog Raw, and across bidirectionally it's War Dog War. I love the idea, it's genius, and I had been renewing the domain, the website domain, every year, and just renewing it because I saw this potential in the brand, and so I kept renewing it. And then at one point when I walked into the skate shop and I realized, hey, I don't identify with any of these brands, I said, fuck it, I'm going to start my own brand. And I just literally took the logo and I photoshopped it on a board and started with 100 boards as just a whole idea for fun. Like, I want these boards just for me and for the homies. And that was sort of the spark that initiated the whole brand. I believe what sets it apart is probably the simplicity of the brand. Our branding is very powerful. When you look at the board logo, it's just 3 letters and it's very bold and you can see it. When somebody does a kickflip, you see the dog logo, and that's something that's very, different from what you see nowadays. We're in a world of, pot leaves and pizza slices and pussycats, and these are these all over print graphics. When we started the brand initially, we wanted something very simple, something to defer from that. So that was very powerful for us as far as a branding perspective goes, and I believe that is part of the reason that we rose so fast. Part of the reason why I think a lot of people took notice of it also as well is the history as well. So, our first rider was Antoine Dixon, who's one of the gnarliest dudes in skateboarding. I mean, people consider him one of the, he's the godfather of the hands down steez. You can't deny him. And he's sort of this very wild persona that is very opposite of me at this point in my life. And we have this wild persona Antoine, covered in tats, head to toe. From there, it was basically a domino effect. Next thing you know, we got Antoine on the team. After that, we got Jamie Tonsoni on the team. After that, we got Kenny Stanley. He'd been riding for us. We turned him pro. From there, we were in discussions with David Reyes, and he had been needing a spot at that point in time, and it just worked out perfect. He fit right in. He was long overdue to turn pro, and so we just made it happen right away. And the second we did that, everybody, the whole world noticed Dog. That's one of the most important things about Dog to me is the future. I try to think years and years ahead. I'm not trying to work the brand month to month or day to day, but thinking scale and thinking where we're going to be at a year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now. Believe in the brand so much, and believe in the team, not just the skateboarding team, but our sales team, our operations team, our marketing team, that we're going to keep pushing this brand to where we're one of the biggest brands in skateboarding. And people are going to continue to notice us, and I think that we even transcend beyond skateboarding. That the logo is so powerful, and it causes people to think when they look at it. They say, "What is it? Is it Dog? Is it God?" And this causes resonation, I think, within a lot of people's mind. In a world where there's it's a black hole of content, and there's just so many choices to choose. I think that in order to resonate with an individual, you have to have a brand that has this sort of mystique to it. And with that being said, I see us just being one of the biggest brands in skateboarding.